Let it now, now. Let it now.
Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing all these broken dreams.
Hello and welcome to the Next Gen OCE stream. I'm your caster Malix and I'm joined by Decent. Say hello, Decent.
Hello, Malix.
Currently watching the Sunny Meadows versus NinjaESC game. CGA, Sunny Meadows is ranked 19th, Ninja is ranked 11th. Looks like Ninja has won the knife round. They've picked CT on Inferno here. They're going for a very passive B hold. In fact, just one CT and pushing aggressive second mid. That's quite good. They've got all the entries they need. This round's almost secured, but something special could happen if the two rush banana. They do have a 2v2 right there.
Move some flashes through.
And Harbor getting headshot straight through the smoke. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the game, the first few rounds we will experience some FPS issues. So if you're seeing that on stream right now, that's where we're at. Right now, it's looking like just Munchie in a 1 versus 4. And unfortunately, he's not able to clutch it out. Not really a surprise, but a bit of a knife straight to Watts. Not sure who that was by, but maybe a little bit of force play. It's not going to matter too much. I don't believe, off the top of my head, that knifing reduces armor. And they're going to go straight into a pause from lag. So hopefully that'll be enough time to alleviate the FPS issues.
They should just go into a hard eco here, shouldn't they? Or they didn't get a
No, there was no plant.
Planning and rushing, yeah.
Yeah, there was no plant, so they'll be force buying for sure. There's not enough money to buy in the third round. Unlike if they did get a plant, they'd all be hovering around 2,300 minimum. Then plus the 1,900 of the next round, you'd be able to get a decent buy. Typically an AK plus a smoke, maybe a flash if you've got a kill.
We'll see if they go for utility like smokes and flashes and try and execute onto a side, or just hard push with upgraded guns and head armor.
It's looking like they're actually, unless they're waiting out part of the pause, which, as seen in chat, due to lag, unless they're waiting for the end of the pause, it looks like they might be going for a strange half buy. Crafty just with the Glock and a smoke. Negus going all out. Harbor saving some money.
Two of them are on under $100, so they probably will end up completely force buying into this round.
I would like to see a full force buy, simply because committing 2 people to that much, you're sort of half investing into winning the round. It's not really that favorable. It's like when you're on CT side and you force buy second round, no one buys a kit. It's not that difficult against a force buying team to get a plant. If you don't buy a kit, it's like you're spending the money just to do damage. Buying a kit is like committing to win the round. If they only have some of the people buy, unless it's one person, namely I think Munchie is the current AWPer for Sunny Meadows. If it's just one person not buying into the round, I can understand, but half of them doesn't work as well, in my opinion. But we'll see how it goes.
It seems like Munchie's dropped from the server.
That might be.
Or is he going to come back here?
No, I see that too. Zilla called the pause for lag.
Alright,
Didn't quite get to see Munchie's ping before he disconnected, but evidently it would be Munchie leaving. Bit of a shame to start off immediately and then have someone disconnect, but again, hopefully it seems like that's actually alleviated some of the FPS lag that I was having. Not sure about you.
Yeah, it has seemed to lessen.
Yeah, so let's call it a comfortable, convenient pause. We'll see how Sunny Meadows does in this force buy. If I remember right, Munchie did buy a pistol. I don't think he bought armor, and maybe that's why he hadn't bought, because he was going to disconnect. If he had bought the armor and disconnected, he wouldn't have the money and he wouldn't have the armor. It counts as him dying and then respawning at the start of the round. So, with any luck, he hasn't made the blunder of buying armor then disconnecting, but
that would be a real shame.
That would be an incredible shame. Terrible way to start it off.
The match has
I'm quite interested, though. Quite interested in seeing how Versa does with this XM. I'm assuming he's going to be taking that apartments, but he could take that banana.
If he wanted to go wild, he could go banana with it. And it depends if they rush banana. If they rush banana, he might actually capitalize off taking that XM banana.
Yeah, but look at the grenades from Ninja. They don't actually have that many HEs. Not sure if that's just for this start of the round. Carpet bombing banana is a very good way to counter an anti-eco like this, particularly in banana where it's relatively likely, since I don't have the utility to go for a long drawn out play, either an A rush or a B rush is probably one of the most likely things we'll see. Having that early nade pressure can really just ruin their plans.
They do have. I'm interested to see where the Famis goes on here, because they could have it holding back B in case like they rush through and they get past anyone playing forward, or they could have it playing like at a longer range angle on A side.
The Famis does play a strong role in anchoring things down because of its extra range. The only things that can contest with it on the T side are the Deagles, so that will be an important factor if Sunny are able to try to bull their way through the defense. Looks like Munchie has reconnected, and his ping is looking nice.
And he has fully bought down here to 100.
Okay, so they did commit to the round, which is exactly what I wanted to see from a force buy. And they are actually sending 3 banana early, so anticipating the rush, and that XM is going banana as well. I'm quite interested to see what that does. Hopefully it
really
doesn't.
bad if he catches 1 or 2 of them as they walk up. They do have the bomb banana side, so it looks like they might be considering going B here, because it's either going B or like going with a long wraparound or up mid with bomb. Which might be a bit dangerous.
It's true. It would definitely be dangerous. I would prefer, with the amount of map control they've currently got, I would prefer something more investigative around A, just because they've got those closer range engagements. Up at B, they're creeping closer and closer to that XM, but no one's really meeting them yet at A, and it looks like they're rotating off banana right now, just leaving the bomb there, in fact. Which is an interesting play. It looks like they're hoping to get Ninja to rotate off, which they are actually doing.
They are
Perfectly. They're doing a wrap, and they've traded 1-for-1. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they wanted. A perfect play right there from Sunny. It's a 3v3, but it's an open B. It's a retake from Ninja, and they've got 2 MP9s to do it, which is exactly what you don't want. Unfortunately, it looks like Sunny Meadows haven't quite picked up the best guns for this, but that XM can do a lot of damage in connector or in construction, or in banana. It doesn't look like it's gone banana, but heavy tags onto Harbor, and a bit of a whiff from Munchie. It looks like a 2v3 down now, and it's now a 1v3 on Zilla with the XM, and he's not able to get it done. It's a shame he wasn't able to get a kill there as well. Just that extra $900 would have made everything a lot more worth, but they at least get a plant. That guarantees that they eco and potentially even half buy in the next round, just to do a bit of economic damage, and they get a full buy next round. They'll for sure have an AWP in the next round though.
It was a well-played round with a well-executed wrap around through A to B. Those crucial picks coming as they came through CT spawn area guarantee them their B plant there.
Exactly, and it was an interesting play from them to leave the bomb banana alone. It could have gone wrong, but it didn't. Moving into the next round now, currently looking like another relatively even spread. Only one person banana trying to get a pick, and they have bought a couple of upgraded pistols just to try to do damage. They are gathered in apartments right now, potentially looking to see if anyone pushes. It looks like Ninja are actually quite disciplined with their economic management, and they understand that Sunny is just on upgraded pistols, and they're not pushing, they're not exposing themselves. So well played by them.
They seem to be grouped up in the A side here. They might be. Oh, here we go. The flashes out.
Trigger's being pulled, and the molly goes into balcony to prevent anyone pushing, but it also sort of prevents KFC from peeking as closely as he would. He does step out, sees Harbor, not able to respond to that in time. Harbor. KFC gets an easy kill against an unarmored Glock.
Library, 2 of them, 1 trade.
And it's suddenly on Zilla in a very unfavorable matchup, and it's just going to be cleanly wrapped up. Well played from KFC and Strange. Both players you'd expect to see capitalizing in a situation like that. Interestingly, if you look at the ADR, Harbor is only on 4, Crafty on 15. That's really not what you want, particularly not from Harbor and Crafty, both strong players in their own right when they get into their element. But hopefully we'll see what they can do in the buy round. Interestingly, Ninja have elected to not go with the AWP for this first buy round, potentially don't want to commit that much to a player without having the utility to back it up.
They have gotten top banana control here.
They do take top nana control, and that's the power of that molly car. It's difficult to peek, and once you do that, if you avoid the majority of the nades, which it looks like they've done, only NinjaESC getting particularly damaged. I'm not certain if that was a nade. It looks like it since he is in the top of banana. Then they've taken a fair bit of map control. Ninja actually have very little information. They have quite a passive hold on both A and B.
The bomb is down T1, so that one of them will have to go back and get it before they actually make an execute onto a side.
That is something to consider. They do have only a minute left, so it's looking like they're going to start hurrying up. No picks as of yet, which is what Sunny were kind of looking for. They don't have an AWP, which means they're not too committed to a picking strategy and more of a bomb site taking. But right now, it looks like they're only taking the site, considering to take the site at least with 3 people.
The clock is running down here, and they do still have 2 people on the A side, but they are starting to rotate over to B side. They have already thrown 1 CT smoke here, so it'll probably be re-smoked as they go into the side.
And there's no Molotovs left on B to actually stop this push. There is a decent flashbang that doesn't do enough to stop XRZ from killing NinjaESC, but he is immediately traded. It's now a 4v3, very favourable for Sunny Meadows. Smoke up in CT, they're not able to get too much. The Ninja team, there is one pushing banana as well. Strange with the AWP, just seeing if he can get a pick. He has spotted the man new box, but
they might consider saving him.
They've already called the save, yeah. A good call from Sunny and a very good side take. Sorry, a good call from Ninja and a very good side take from Sunny. That was extremely clean, only trading 1 for 3.
It was a very well executed B take. Now that they haven't lost any members, they'll have a pretty good thing going to the next one.
Yeah, they can start really building up that economy. The T side is quite cheap as well compared to the CT side, so winning just 2 rounds, keeping 3 or 4 people alive is enough to start building up that bank. You actually see Harbour was still unable to do any damage to anyone in that round. He's definitely capable of a lot more, so I can't wait to see when he does get the chance to start opening up on Ninja. We do see now less of a commitment towards the second mid, unlike last round. It looks like they're grouped up more towards banana. Same sort of thing as last time, except Ninja hasn't quite given up banana as easily as they did last round. Perhaps that's the adaptation for the last round that they're making. Molly goes wide to throw anyone off that corner, but Sandbags remains untouched. So XRZ might have something huge. But no, Negus absolutely annihilates him, and Munchie with a follow-up headshot. That's a 2 for 1. That breaks the B site wide open, and if he only pushes up, he'll know that it's all his. Unfortunately, now there's someone in position in CT, but it looks like they're not quite sure that the site hasn't yet been taken.
A slow play might actually be better off for them here, because now they can move in as 4 into a 4v2 or a 4v1, depending on where they go. If they make the right call, they'll be going into a site with 1 man.
And it looks like that 1 smoke and the couple of bullets fired from Crafty have triggered the full rotation from Ninja. Everyone is towards B now. They've completely left A site. That's a perfect call from Sunny. Read like an absolute book, and it'll be a very difficult retake from Ninja if they even try it. If I was Ninja, I'd be thinking right now it's time to post up library, post up arch. If we get a pick or 2 in the next 10 seconds, try the retake. If not, it's very difficult to retake A like this, particularly in a 4v3 when you've got 2 people pit like this, 1 anchoring site and 1 holding the flank, and there's no way. It's looking like Ninja aren't even going for it.
Really good decision to save here, because they don't have that much money because they just lost the previous round. And the CT side is a lot more expensive than the T side, and they're going to need to capitalize on that by saving.
Absolutely. Keeping 3 alive is quite big for Ninja. If I was Sunny Meadows, I'd even consider chasing them down, getting the rifles from them. Even just 1 rifle means that at least 1 person will be on something weak. They would be getting 1,900 apiece, but look at the money. There's 1 person above 2.5 grand, 2 people above 2.5 grand. They can drop 1 rifle, have 4 people on rifles, 1 person on an upgraded pistol, perhaps. And that's even
buys an AWP here. No, he doesn't. Just sticking with the AK.
It's working. Their site takes are quite phenomenal. The calling from Sunny Meadows, I'm not sure who is the in-game leader, but it's been quite good on these buy rounds. Ninja do have to change something up to see if they can meet this terrorist side because they're just not putting up enough of a resistance. And there it is, Strange opening up on Munchie. That's the opening kill they want. Now they can sit back, play from an advantage, just trade down, and it'll still be advantageous for them.
Strange did actually take the first point of damage there. If Munchie had an AWP, he probably would have won that trade.
And that might be the next consideration if they lose this round. But they've been more than competent on their site takes. Even 4v5, I wouldn't be relaxing as Ninja. Again, they've gone back to this passive hold both on B and A. Negis has full banana control just himself. No one's willing to make a risky play to peek it, which is right in this sort of round, but I hesitate to see if the same sorts of takes will happen in a 4v2 now. They could just take banana, something like that, or a 4v3 on A. The bomb is quite committed up banana, and there is only 45 seconds left in the round, so it's looking like they're going to have to come to a decision pretty soon. They haven't found a pick yet again that they're looking for. Ninja quite good at not giving up those early picks. But other than the smokes, Ninja don't have a lot of information, and you'll notice that after the fake of last round, that one smoke hasn't caused anyone to rotate.
But they
All
are
four
playing... Sorry, go ahead.
All four of Sunny Meadows are ready, primed to push into B site right now, and only now are Ninja rotating, which is almost slow for them, but they do get a trade entry, and it looks like they've taken B side. If they get the bomb down, it can almost be favorable. Harbor getting a kill on the boost on Watts. That's quite big. That makes it a 3-on-3. That's again making it more difficult to retake. Ninja might be encouraged to go for this in the 3v3, and particularly if Strange gets a kill like that, but if they lose it, their economy is down. And it's looking very good. It's a 1v3 now. Harbor with the kill gets one and gets traded.
That'll be the round going over to Ninja. And one thing to point out there was Ninja was playing extremely far back on the A site, meaning that their rotates times, once they knew it was a B, was extremely quickly.
And that's a good adaptation for them to make as well. They noted that Sunny is ready and willing to fake them out. They're ready and willing to do these things and then sort of read into them that they might have rotated. So they've hesitated on the rotate. Sunny's open to do the fake, so Ninja's sticking around. They're making the best play that they can there, where the rotates are the quickest they can be, but they're not leaving the sites open like they did in the 5th round. Now here we see an early 3B, Strange throwing a smoke and then rotating back. It's looking like, who have we got there? Versa sitting back in CT. Passive hold again, back into connector now. And again, we see this passive hold from Ninja that's now seeming like it's working. Looking like there is no AWP duel despite Munchie buying an AWP this round. Unfortunately, we all like to see a bit of AWP versus AWP action, particularly on Inferno, where it's almost game making, just that meeting in mid. And you'll see Ninja play a very almost conservative style. There's minimal peak, Strange occasionally peak early in the round.
He just nearly died there. He lost a lot of health.
Yeah, that's a big tag.
Much for that trade.
It's a big tag. Ninja would know that they dinked him from the sound. They wouldn't know by how much though, because it did go through the box, through the coffin, and that takes away some of the damage. He is very low. He can be killed by a single bullet down to the stomach, but it's looking like Sunny throwing a couple of nades to fake, not leaving anyone behind, and it has actually pulled two people. Ninja are biting on this. They're starting to rotate back. Watts is staying in library just to keep the A support, but it might be too late. They do have 3 on site now, but they're not quite. They might just get into a position to defend it. And Watts with a kill with the MP9. That's actually quite impressive. And all the kills going for Ninja right there. It's a clean round for Ninja. Only one going down, and that's huge for their economy.
That was nearly a poorly played round by them, rotating again really early off just a couple of nades into the
That
B
was
side.
even less of a fake than before. That was just the one set of nades, the Molotov new box, the smoke CT, and I think a smoke in coffins, and not even someone to just spray through the smoke, try to draw attention. And Ninja almost outplaying themselves, but fortunately they brought it back with the early rotate, keeping hold of A side, a very tight hold, only losing one.
Sunny Meadows on a kind of like a half buy round here, just buying the minimum to see if they can get anything done in this round. But
Enough to consistently do damage to the opponents. as always, the CT economy is tough to maintain if you are losing people every round. So just enough that if they get a couple headshots, it won't put them in a very comfortable place with their economy.
They are looking like they're going to go towards B here with the bomb pushed quite far up banana, and the rest of the team members are falling back and moving into the banana. They only have 2 people on the B site. They haven't rotated anyone over prematurely this round.
XRZ, though, ready with the Molotov as soon as they see some people coming in, and it actually does quite a bit of damage. Versa with a quick double, running out of ammo, pulling out the pistol, though. He is in a decent position to hide, but he runs for the Dark Harbor headshots, and that's a quick nade from Strange, though. Bomb is down in Barbecue, but they do have their smokes. They're able to get the bomb planted. It doesn't look like they're going to be pushing the smokes either. They're playing safe, fundamental CS there, which is quite good. Strange with another kill and a third. Incredible shot there from Strange to New Box to hit the sliver of Harbor.
Extremely clean by Strange to clean up that round and make sure that they don't lose a round that they really shouldn't have lost.
But on the side of Sunny Meadows, 2 kills and a bomb plant, that's pretty much exactly the sort of thing they were hoping for. A third would have been more powerful. Again, if 3 lived, then 2 of them can drop for the other 2 who didn't live, and the economy still builds slightly. If 2 live, then 1 person's losing out and you start to damage it. But the bomb plant in particular is quite big. That gives them all the utility they need. They've got everything they could want. Interestingly, the orb coming out for XRZ, perhaps that's his weapon of choice. You don't see that too often, but the scope, particularly on some of the long angles on Inferno, can really help to tap those heads. It's looking like another heavy commitment to Banana, even more so than before. Previously, we'd see someone just chilling on stairs, and even now we do have Crafty on stairs, but it looks like he is getting the bomb and moving back up towards Banana, so maybe a fake towards A this time.
Crafty's idea style does seem to be heavy fakes, and most of them have worked out this time.
It does, and I quite like it. If you're against a team that's willing to fight and do the early rotations, then you'll find that once you start committing to a site, they'll stop early rotating, and then you suddenly have 4 or 5 on 2s when you go to actually take the site if you don't fake.
Good trade by XRZ. They do have
no smoke connector, and that's going to come to the demise of XRZ. Munchie getting a kill and taking 9 damage. I think that was from the Molotov as well, so not exactly the trade he wanted. Potentially it was one of those instances where one person can see better through the molly than the other. I know for a fact that I always see almost nothing and get headshot by someone on the other side of it, no matter how close I am to it.
Looks like they're deciding to save here, which is actually one. They do have Ninja does have 1 member on 10k here, so I suppose saving just gives you that security of having the extra cash when the round doesn't look that winnable.
The conservative call. Also, interestingly, there is a consideration to make where if Sunny wins this 1 round and then loses the next, they'll be in prime position to be reset. They don't get any loss bonus, and their money right now is good. If they lose the next 2 rounds, they'll be hard ecoing again. Meanwhile, there are 3 people on Ninja, sorry, who don't have anywhere near as much money as they'd like. Still, KFC and Strange are able to share the wealth around. Hopefully, there will be more than enough utility. The only person who's losing out is Versa, who hits his teammate, in fact. 78 health on XRZ, which is a little bit tilting. Hopefully their morale is strong enough, but that's not huge. But Harbor with an incredible headshot on Strange immediately takes him out. And that's big. A 5 vs 4 on Inferno is very big, particularly for these site takes when you can see Ninja's already overstretched with Crafty's fakes.
XRZ taking damage there is from that teammate's nade. It's such a horrible thing to happen. It depending on, as you said, depending on their mentality, that could be like kind of detrimental to their morale going into the next few rounds. It
could definitely affect them. Right now, they've got the scoreboard, so they can always look to that if it comes to something like that. But if they start losing these rounds, particularly if XRZ gets double naded for something that he could have survived if he hadn't been hit by that, that one can definitely tilt. So we'll have to see how his fortitude is and what ends up happening in the round. It looks like he's safe behind the smoke, and they have just given up B. There's only 1 person on B site right now, and that right now is Negus. Not sure if they're actually convinced that anyone has taken B, though. They're aware that they have B. Sunny Meadows is aware, but it's definitely not safe to cross now that that CT smoke has faded, and there's actually only one smoke left. It is going to go CT, but now there's one coffins. Someone's ready to start the retake before it even happens. But Harbour with a quick headshot, making it a 5v3, and it's looking like this round is going to wrap up unless we see some huge plays from XRZ, Watts, and KFC. And it looks like time actually nearly ran out there. And Watts and KFC immediately going for the save. Watts with the fadeaway headshot though on Munchie. That will help. Every bit matters when they're trying to eat away at the economy, and it's looking like a pause call by Crafty from Sunny Meadows. Not sure why that is just yet, but we'll find out.
It might just be a tactical pause to slow down to slow down the momentum.
It's pause caused by Sunny Meadows, so unlikely to slow down the momentum, but maybe even just let in some of the rounds to settle in, because right now it's been Sunny Meadows have won almost they've won more buy rounds than Ninja have. So it ends up being that it's looking like Sunny, despite being down in the scoreboard, actually have the better side right now.
The 2 rounds that they have up over them was indeed the pistol round and then the eco round after that.
Exactly. The rest is 3 buy rounds from Ninja. The eco, the follow up where in the second round, Sunny got the plant. In the third round, Sunny ecoed. So they've actually, just in buy rounds alone, they're 4-3. And that's even including the eco round that Sunny took as well. So quite impressive, despite the scoreboard, despite Strange and KFC both being 11-2. Everyone on Sunny going negative. They're actually looking quite strong. Interesting dynamic. Looks like the pause again has been for lag. This time it's Crafty who's on over 100. Nades, the Molotov, I think, would drop on the ground, but ultimately that's never what you want.
Lag is certainly not a friend when it comes to online gaming.
Absolutely not.
Especially
that's why lands are always coveted, but it's very rare at this level that you get to see the lands. Looks like the game's going to be on pause and we're actually going to go into the next round. It will be a slight force from Ninja. XRZ just on a deagle with just a smoke and a flash. So money is starting to get tight for them. They're all down to 1,000 or less. If Sunny win this, they actually crush the economy and they are expected at least to get another round or two almost free.
I like the change of having 3 on B, but what they really need to do here is get some early information to see what's happening.
Again, I agree. It's Ninja's passive playstyle is biting them a little bit where they're not finding out where they should be stacking. They're falling to these rotates, these fakes because they don't have the early info, as well as sort of getting outnumbered when Sunny do all go in as a team.
The bomb is far up, much further up than majority of the previous rounds here. It looks like they're heavily leaning towards going A.
And that is a new piece for Sunny, taking the bomb up towards mid. I would agree with you. It's looking like Negus is the only one who's going to be left towards B. Maybe for a lurk, maybe for a bit of distraction. One of them rotating off B already and Negus just leaving it. He's decided to go help his team, but there are actually still 3 towards B despite the flashbangs, and that's the effect of Crafty's fakes. He's been selling these fakes so well, they throw some nades A and no one's reacting.
Harbour takes down what's got without much of a reaction. I suppose he was just and
another kill going to Zilla as well. And Versa destroying Negus right there. That might talk them into playing this retake, which I have to say, if they don't get a kill in the next 10 seconds or so, again, it's the kind of retake they can't really try. Their money is crushed if they lose this. They really need to keep 3 rifles alive if they don't win the round.
Zilla is in the red though, so it is pretty much a 3v3.
Versa coming in, getting a kill, but immediately getting traded by Munchie, and Crafty taking out KFC, and that'll call the round right there. XRZ taking an AK is found, and it's looking like he's going to try to make it out. He may just make it out despite that gunfight. It's looking like no one will be able to make the distance to him and actually shoot him.
as you said right at the start, if they didn't get a kill within the first 10 seconds, they probably should have decided.
It's the more conservative play, and it's not always as electric. It doesn't make for exactly the most exciting Counter-Strike, but it is fundamental. It is the way to grind out these rounds. It's the sort of thing that those top teams like Astralis are doing, where they play the things that are not dependent on the flashy plays where one player gets a triple kill and blows everything open. It's more reliable, it's more consistent, and it has to be said, it would have worked better for them in that circumstance.
And while on an eco round, I'd like to bring up the fact that they stacked 3 people on the B round. That was the one round which Sunny Meadows decided to just, alright, this is the time, but it's still hard.
That's right. And that is...
It's good calling from Crafty.
It is good calling from Crafty. Unfortunately, on a full eco, there's not a whole lot that Ninja can be doing this round. XRZ, the only one with any sort of gear, and he has revealed his location to Sunny, who... Instead of chasing it, they are just going to go for the straight play, plant, get everything done, get the round 1, not allow any sorts of flashy plays to destroy them. It is a 4 versus 1, but anything can happen at this stage. XRZ already taking out Crafty. It's not looking like he's too excited to hold on to the AK itself. And he takes out Negus and Harbor as well. That's a quick triple from him. Suddenly this becomes almost doable, and Munchie is on the other side of the map. He may not even be able to do this. If only XRZ realizes he may not have time. Munchie pulled in by the fake. XRZ doesn't have a kit though. Unfortunately, it's going to end in sadness for him. But an extremely good display of marksmanship from him. That quick triple kill. All headshots. And Crafty agrees. Nice shot, says Crafty. That was very well done. And you can see why he wasn't too keen on just holding on to the AK. They've got a full buy already. He's done a lot of damage to them. Nearly won the round. Didn't need to hold on to it. It was, in my opinion at least, entirely worth sticking around and doing that.
And if he had a kit there and had information to know Munchie was on the other side of the map, he could have won that round just by sticking it.
That could have been something magical. Unfortunately, not a round to remember, just one to forget, but ooh, that's a big nade right there. That is a big nade. That's quite substantial. None of them are really, unless it's body shots, which these shots that have been ringing out have been quite accurate. A lot of headshots going around. Unless it's a body shot, a couple of body shots that go to these naded players, it may not end up making that much of a difference, but it will make them less eager to peek where they've already been playing quite passively. So
every time they do go aggressive on Banana, they always get punished in some way, which is one of the problems. They're not having much information, but when they try to get information, they get punished for it.
And that's one of the things, isn't it? That's how you lose. That's how you lose matches. You try to make information plays, you get punished. If you don't, you get punished. And that's just good fundamental CS from Sunny Meadows right there. Look at all the map control they've taken. They actually run straight past Strange, but Strange has his back turned. Zilla to take the kill there. It's now a wrap, all 5 towards B, but Versa gets the first kill with the AWP and the second. Versa getting 2 and 3. XRZ as well. Versa and XRZ getting the full house of kills, 2 and 3 each. An incredible hold by them, 2 versus 5.
That was an amazing hold of the B side, especially considering they were split, getting attacked from both angles there, both Connector and Banana.
Yeah, Strange in particular made excellent use of for them. Now we're seeing a more slow round. XRZ actually moving up more aggressively. Solo B, interestingly, the only time they make the... Oh, no, not solo. Sorry.
They were just stacked on top of each other.
Stacked on top of each other, exactly. And a pause called by Strange. Not sure what the issue is. It doesn't look like anyone's lagging just yet. But they've given up the information that they had on B. Munchie making footsteps, though, getting flashed in to peek the corner. I'm sure they would have heard those sounds, and a counter flash to put Munchie off the angle, and a second one. Quite well timed just as he went back in, but looks like nothing's really going to be gained out of it except a bit of time in the round. All it did was slow them down a little bit.
Does look like they're rotating towards A here. They've left the bomb bottom mid so they can fall back and change their minds at any time, but they do have control of the Diggity side.
And a quick CT smoke. Not certain who that was by, perhaps Negus.
Probably trying to get a rotator out.
Still
like
trying to
all
get their
rounds.
rotations out, but it's looking like Ninja is a lot slower to bite now. XRZ ready with a Molotov for when it's needed, but it's looking like it won't be needed at all.
Look at all the control they have on the A-bomb.
They have so much map control, and Ninja just have no information. And look at that, Zilla just walks out, gets 2 headshots, and that's the A side already. That's the round ended. Ninja have to save, despite it coming so close to the time. Sunny playing the time expertly in that they've come close a few times, but never once have they actually run out of time. And that's a skill that's difficult to replicate, even at the top levels. Just when they pull the trigger on their executes, they're very, very quick and decisive, and they get the frags they need. Ninja not even making the rotation, not even going for exits. They understand that it's just much safer for them. And they can be happy with a 7-8 half. Inferno, depending on the teams, can be quite T-sided. But
it's certainly looking T-sided depending on these teams. Sunny Meadows
definitely
T-side is extremely strong. We haven't
looking
yet
quite
seen
fantastic.
Haven't yet seen
And I'm quite interested to see that as well. The likes of Strange, Versa, KFC, all of them dominating the scoreboard right now. More frags than anyone on Sunny. They might be able to put the game on their shoulders just by virtue of sheer prowess. If they're able to just run around corners getting headshots, then all the entries that they can want are there waiting for them. Interestingly, that might have been a second AWP that I saw in the Sunny Meadows camp.
It is the last round, so they might have just been spreading their cash around.
Yeah, there is a second AWP there sitting in spawn. Not sure if someone's going to take that and double peek mid. Ninja haven't been aggressively peeking mid very much. Zilla advising the stream to spectate Munchie. Not sure what kind of play is about to happen, but he has also let the other players know. So if there is something up, they'll be expecting it as well.
You never know, the auto director might actually be able to read the chat here and just switch to Munchie.
It's looking like the pause is a tactical one, which is advisable by Ninja. Potentially might have been worth calling it even earlier in the half. Ninja have won 3 buy rounds in total.
I feel like they really did need to change something a lot earlier than the last round of half.
It's still by all means impressive that they got 7 rounds against such a strong T side. They were Sunny were incredible on their takes. 7 rounds from the takes that we were seeing is honestly, if you looked at some of those takes in a vacuum, you would assume that the scoreline wasn't matched.
I think they lost. I can definitely remember them losing 1 buy round, but I think 2 buy rounds were lost, and most of them weren't due to mistakes on Sunny Meadows' part. It was a perfect side execute. It was just those rounds Ninja actually correctly retook the site and won those aim duels. Correct
retakes and incredible aim duels by Ninja for the rounds they won. That is entirely true. It's almost like this. The executes are good enough. No one's making significant mistakes. That these rounds are coming down to the mid-round calls from Crafty, which have been spot on in the early rounds of the half, where Ninja hadn't yet got a feel for him, hadn't yet got a feel for his tendency to fake out sites, and the aim skills of both teams. We saw in that 2v5 take earlier on in B, sorry, the 2v5 defense, that Ninja have more than enough skill to combat them. So it really comes down to the in-game leader versus in-game leader game, which is actually fantastic. It's like they're playing this game while in the meantime, the in-game leaders are off there playing another dimension of chess.
But is it the 4th dimension or the 5th dimension?
Could be anything, my friend. Could be anything.
It's the 4.5 dimension.
Yeah, but it rounds up to 5.
Oh,
match is still paused. The chat did mention that it was still technical, so not a tactical pause as a matter of fact, which I got a question, to be completely honest. Sunny have shown incredible skill on their T side. I'm not sure if they're saving it, if Ninja are saving their tactical pause for the T side to see if they can sort out some of the things that they need to. They have already got an acceptable half here, but right now,
pause, even if this is a tactical pause, technical pause, sorry, for Ninja, Crafty's on 400 like around 300-400 ping right now. This is like Sunny Meadows would be wanting to pause anyway. I don't think.
Yeah, it's actually strange.
Wouldn't be beneficial.
It works out quite well for everyone. All right, it's looking like the unpause is coming up, so back into the action straight away. This last round will determine who wins the half, and Ninja don't quite have the buy they want. They don't have all the utility they want. Only 2 Molotovs, a FAMAS on Strange.
They do have 2 Orgs though, which is
2 Orgs. That's true. Which,
it's interesting.
In a strange sense, you might consider it a watered down hybrid between an Orc and an AK or an M4. That scope is really going to... Oh, and a quick leg from Munchie. Quick leg from Munchie on Versa, but they're boosting over the smoke. We'll see what they're able to actually get out of this. It looks like no one's peeking just yet. But if Negus isn't careful, he might actually come into view. And they give up the boost just as someone goes into stairs. That's always the way, isn't it? That's a shame, but safe plays from Ninja. Easy to get caught out by Boiler or second mid if they stick around there, particularly since Versa's only on 18 health. Any bullet will kill him. Arbor trying for a lucky wallbang. See if anyone's on boost. And it's looking like...
Meadows not doing anything new in this round, just running their default bomb in mid. Oh, one of them's in spawn at the moment. I wonder why that is. Oh, he's
potentially to pick up the AUP. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's why they had the extra AUP. Yeah, so they've gone to 5 AKs for their quick site takes, which have proven to be so successful. And there's 4 people grouped all around the A site. It's looking quite like it's going to be an A take. Another couple of nades thrown there to try to sell the fake, but it's looking more and more half-hearted as the rounds go on.
I think that tag was through the smoke, so I don't think they know that they've got Versa down to 18 HP.
It definitely was through the smoke, actually. They wouldn't know unless they saw the blood top mid. They
pushing it to A here.
And there it is, XRZ in the off angle, catching someone off and then falling back perfectly. Zilla trying to refrag, but Watts speaks out and gets him, and a headshot from Watts, an incredible shot, and another one from him as well. That's a triple, and that's almost wrapping up the round. Negus there, and XRZ ends it. Another full house, this time on the other side of the map by Ninja. And that was an incredibly done round. A very good hold from them. And look at that. Look at the distribution of frags there. Everyone on 11 or 12 except Watts, who just added 3 to his count, coming alive right at the end.
That was a great round.
Fantastic round. That second headshot from Watts was something else. You can see, actually, while he's lagging behind in kills, it's not for lack of actually doing anything. He's only on 6 deaths. He hasn't been getting out-aimed very much. He's rotated quite a few times and had to save. He's only on 6 deaths. He's got less deaths than his kills. Quick take right there. Very quick take by Ninja. Zilla getting a quick refrag as well. Bomb is down. Watts is on the lurk, but he's not going to find anyone. Everyone is all towards CT. And Crafty and XRZ, Watts, all of them putting together. It's coming down to a 1v2. Crafty trying to finish it off, and there's only one person left in Banana for him. It's a 1v1 now. He's picked up the kit. And Watts isn't peeking. He's actually delayed it, but he gets the headshot that he needed despite the spinning of Crafty. Still able to land the headshot and win that round. That's a 9-7 start. That's exactly the start Ninja wanted. And that'll be both pistol rounds won by Ninja. So the fact that it's as close as it is a credit to Sunny Meadows.
It was definitely the calling from the Sunny Meadows ideal Crafty, and not to put down the execution of his strategies by his teammates, but the fact that the CTs got faked out. Ninja rotated on so many fakes. It was a great C-side. Let's see if Ninja can replicate some of that.
I can't wait to see how Ninja's style of calling factors in. They've now had the time to work out exactly how Crafty calls his rounds, exactly his tendencies and the type of things that he'd lean to, even the way he thinks, given his tendencies. So it'll be interesting to see if they adapt their standard or if they go with what they're used to and what it is that they are used to. A similar default spread, if a little more tightly gathered towards Banana and Apartments by Ninja on the T side. They're taking Apartments now with a minute left in the round. They do have enough time to execute to whichever side they want, slowly taking that control. And they've met Crafty. Crafty's spotted too, and that's big for them. They'll know. Now they're sending someone extra over. They did have 3 on B at the time, but there's plenty of time for them to rotate.
They are pushing down B, so they'll know very soon that they're not on B.
Yeah, and that's a good push. That's exactly the kind of information play that needs to be had when you're trying to hold off on these sorts of takes. When you've not got any information, it's very difficult to have the players in the right place at the right time. This time, Ninja being the ones to do it all very right. Despite Sonny making the information plays, it was almost like it was too little too late. By the time that people were pushing down Banana, Ninja were already on the site.
XRZ did get caught out there, so they did get 1 frag out of that round.
They did. Unfortunately, the amount they've invested wasn't an over-investment, but they would have liked more frags than that. At the very least, 2 frags just to sort of keep them in check. Ninja not upgrading too much, only XRZ who did die. And XRZ, the nades, 2 kills going immediately to Sonny, and that's huge. They've dropped the AK as well. And that's a 3rd one. It's a 2v2. It's looking quite winnable. Crafty with the Mac 10 busting it out and huge damage done by him to KFC with the AK. He may not even be able to escape with this. He puts down the smoke to give him some cover, waits for the spray. Very smartly done. That's very expected. Meanwhile, Watts is planting, guaranteeing the time limit just in case they do win the duel against KFC. But KFC taking that easy frag against Zilla, pushing the smoke. And now it's a 2v1. Suddenly, it's looking a lot less possible for Crafty. He may just end up taking a rifle and leaving, being happy with what he is. Potentially would consider rotating to CT just to try to fake them out and get some exit frags if they do come out that way, exit the bomb site that way. They would think instinctively that it's safe given that they last saw him mid, but it isn't that far given where he was at the time. Both of them exiting the site safely though, and it's looking like there's not going to be much further action in the round unless they pick mid, which they might do. And they have actually. They've spotted Crafty, but
Crafty
no kill.
just living.
Crafty
3
just
kills.
surviving. And that's a very good follow-up round up by Sunny Meadows. You're right. 3 kills. That's very big. That was quite dynamic from them. You didn't see much of that sort of adaptation by Ninja in the first half, but Sunny immediately going for the nades, throwing them down mid and rushing just to try to force as much of a fight as they can, close the gap, do as much damage as they can. And it works close to perfectly. They had a chance at winning that round just with the small amount that they invested. And now Munchie's on the AWP. Negus has elected to keep the AK saved by the Galil, saved by Crafty, rather than
They do have
upgrading.
3 people on Banana here, and one of them actually... Oh, no, he has fallen back, but they do have deep Banana control here.
Yeah, they've thrown that deep smoke, and that is a key difference. If there's one thing to note in the difference of styles between Sunny and Ninja, it's that Sunny have taken full Banana control. They've now got that ability to rotate that extra person towards a site. They've got early warning. If Zilla dies, Zilla on Banana, if he dies or if he even sees one, they've got plenty of time to rotate. Unlike in Ninja's holds where they were already on site. By the time they realized that the enemy team was on site, it was too late to rotate. The enemy had already taken the site. But quick kills from Watts, 2 kills with just the new MP5. That gun really doing the work. And a follow-up kill from Munchie to trade it back, but it's still a 4v3 and he's trapped on side. He whiffs the shot and KFC to take him out. That's a 4 versus 2 and it's looking like Sunny Meadows going for an early save this round.
Yep, they'll definitely save.
Just sitting on the T stairs there, potentially hoping for some exits. It's a shame that they lost the AWP. Ninja, though, picking up a second AWP. Not sure if they'll keep that into the next round. That'll be interesting to watch for sure. They'll be definitely taking a more pick-oriented strategy if they do, which will work a lot better than Sunny Meadows trying a pick strategy against Ninja because of how passively Ninja held. So if they keep these 2 AWPs, it might actually work fantastically for them.
One thing to note was, right from the start of that round, the bomb went straight up second mid. They had full intentions of pushing A site. Unless something drastic happened to B, they wanted to go in A.
And now you can see we hyped up Sunny Meadows T side, but Ninja starting it out as cleanly as you can. very few people dying in the early rounds. They lived with 4-2, 4 and 4. So their money is going to be really just stacking up. And you can see it. What's on 8.6k, KFC on 5.8, XRZ on 4.8. There's plenty of money for them. They'll be buying for the next 2 rounds. And Munchie with an early deagle kill. Body shot's not the one dig that we all want to see, but whatever gets the job done. Versa as well, tagged down to 64, which is quite big.
They are all grouped up banana. Their T side doesn't seem to be as dynamic as Sunny Meadows. They've clearly made a choice early into the round to go on to one specific side.
And that's the nature of skill in mid-round calling as well. That is a perfectly viable way to call your sides as long as you can adapt properly to the different things happening. And Ninja actually approaching without a smoke. That's a very risky play, and it won't pay off. Zilla getting the immediate headshot, but Strange getting kill. Harbor with 2 quick ones. KFC trading it, and Zilla ending it for them. Picking up the AWP as well. Now it's Sunny who have the double AWP, and that's a fantastic hold from Sunny, but it's an even more fantastic call from Crafty. There were 4 people on that site by the time Ninja showed up.
That got scary for a second right there when they all ran out of their positions, thinking that there was only one person pushing in and it was a fake of some kind because he pushed in without a smoke. That's like
perhaps a hint of lack of perfect discipline. Not everyone is perfect, and everyone does want to get in on it and start helping their team win the round. Zilla with the quick kill, only trading 31 health for it as well with the nade that was thrown in. That's fantastic for them. That's the exact kind of start they want, particularly with the 2 AWPs already paying off, despite them not paying for it. It came from Ninja last round. They are continuing with the early 3 banana. This is a very banana-centric control strategy that Sunny have on their CT side. Zilla going for another peek, though. And there's a quick flick from him.
great shot by Zilla.
Strange misses his shot, an uncharacteristic miss from him, and Zilla with a quick flick to hit the sliver of Strange that was showing, makes it a 5v3.
Let's see if Ninja can get a quick pick and make an opening in this round. They seem to be like the doors. They've had a 4 in a row, lost one that they probably shouldn't have lost if they played it a bit tighter.
Oh, Versa misses his smoke. He bumped into something. That could be big. Munchie with the shot. Easy to see him.
That was a good angle.
Very good angle from Munchie. Very heads up play. Watching the apartment push onto the balcony. Munchie with a second peek. Easy kill. This round's looking like it's going to be completely won just with the AWPs. And that's the sort of map that Inferno is. Crafty with a quick spray. Not the cleanest, but it gets the job done, and that's exactly what you need. And that's a very clean round. A very clean round from Sunny. Everyone living for the last 2 rounds. That's exactly what they want. And now the money's reflecting that as well. Look at that. 2 people above 6k, 1 above 5. They're now pouring in it. It's become, despite the scoreline, a very even matchup. Sunny are very favored to win this. That being said, the T's can burst out of somewhere with their close range pistols all moving and make it very difficult for Sunny to refrag. But that's a pretty big nade coming in, taking KFC down to 61. Could have been even more with the amount of people coming that way. But oh, there's a quick move out of balcony, and Harbor's immediately traded. He only gets 1. He needed to get 2 there. Munchie was out of position by the time they started coming out. He's not able to do as much as he needs, and he whiffs the shot as well. And that's a bomb plant for them. They've invested very little, only about 500 each. A couple of Tech 9s, interestingly, instead of CZs, despite the nerfs. But they've got the job done. They only got 1 frag, and that was the bomb plant that they needed. But now the retake beginning. Sunny aren't likely to give this one up. They know they're against the Nico. They know there's only 1 gun, but they're taking it very slowly. Munchie missing a lot of shots. XRZ with a quick headshot. Negus, Munchie, and Zilla, though, all suddenly come in. A 1-2 punch very quickly to just put the end to the round. They've taken it into their own hands. They've decided it's gone long enough. And that could have been a lot worse for Sunny than it actually was. Very well played from the last 3 kills there, but a little bit worrisome that Ninja was able to get so much with so little.
They did get so much value out of that eco round. And that is one thing to note is I was thinking they've got CZs here. They're going to rush. If they find Munchie on the A side, they're going to be rushing the AWPer. But Munchie ended up being far back, and he got flashed off when they pushed up, so he couldn't do anything.
That was a fantastic flash by them, but he was also out of position. If you notice, when they came out of balcony, immediately, you can continue that thought after, Munchie actually pushing very aggressively here. not actually going to see anything, but he is getting information that they're not peeking upstairs. As I was saying before, Munchie in the last round, by the time they were coming out of apartments, he was just out in the open between Archside and Library. If they had had a couple deagles and turned their attention to him, they could have just wiped him out immediately. It's very fortunate that he didn't die, but at the same time, very unfortunate that he wasn't in position to fight against that. And I'd suggest that the reason they got so much from that round was because he was out of position. Very slow round now taken by Ninja. They're looking to slow it down after the quickness of last round. And Strange taking out Harbor and Crafty. Very nice shots from Strange. That's a very quick double to open up the round. Suddenly it's a 5v3 with only 2 on B. A is looking very open, but
Munchie does have a good angle here, which they don't know about him. And
but look at that. They keep 2 on B because Munchie has pushed that. They know that no one's going A. They know it's going to be B. They keep the numbers where they need them. Zilla with the first kill. Negus with a follow-up one. Suddenly it's a 3v3. A 3v2. Negus going ham, absolutely destroying them. And the information play by Munchie there was huge. Zilla joining in, a second kill for him as well. It's a 2v1. It's the 2 AWPs versus an SG. And the SG on KFC is now on site. Zilla's given it up in order to stay alive for a safer retake. Good fundamentals by him there. And Munchie with the Kobe. Fantastic round there by Sunny. Incredible play based on the information Munchie gave.
That was amazing positioning from Munchie. Just the amount of information gotten from his position, it opened up the ability for them to just hold sight and just be sure and not going to go A.
Isn't that fantastic? That information, just him standing in second mid, not overpeaking, not overextending, just him standing there meant that no one rotated. Where immediately you'd rotate. You just lost 2 on A. That's the done thing. Another eco now by Ninja. It's starting to look a bit dire. The score's being wrapped up, and the money on Sunny is getting incredible. They're taking it slow. They have taken Apt's control. Sunny giving that up quite quickly, not wanting to go close quarters against the pistols. It was a wise decision by them. And we might be getting the first few peaks of the round here. They are gathering towards A, all of them. And there's Munchie with the first kill. And a re-peek, instant on Versa, and he sees the second one. Watts isn't able to close out that kill. Munchie on 6 health though, and he kills him through the wall. Not before getting a tag though. A quick tag on Watts, leaving him very low. Easy for Harbor to wrap up. That could have gone a lot worse for Munchie than it did. Strange. I'm not sure if he saw the guy. I'm not sure if he saw Negus. I don't think he did. He might actually. He looks heads up, and Negus with a quick headshot. Very nicely done by him.
That eco round was an example of what the previous eco round they had probably should have gone like.
And if you look at the advanced, the more stats, you actually see an interesting story. Munchie, despite being the AWPer, has 20 people flashed. That's actually quite big. And Versa on the bottom as well. Versa has been AWPing as well with 25. I suppose it's something that you stack up when you're AWPing because you take the shot from an angle, then you throw a flash as you fall back so that you don't get refragged. But the utility damage on some of the people in Ninja is incredible. Look at that. 315 on XRZ, 246 on Watts, plus 100 on KFC and Versa. Meanwhile, 184 on Harbor and Negus, 153 on Zilla. That's very impressive from all of them. And now it's looking like they're going to group towards A and start making what I'd consider to be their first proper A take without having lost anyone or having lost any info.
They don't have any pressure banana though.
Banana,
so they've managed to rotate one off, and now they've pretty much got 4 and A here.
Exactly, and that's the strong side of Sunny. If you don't take that strong banana hold from them, if you don't try to overpower that one person banana, it's like watching old Nip videos. There's that one person banana holding it, and then the 4 on A. So you've got enough time to rotate A. B, if they come B, you've also got 4 people A. So it's really hard to break that hold. You need to really get that early frag on Zilla. But with that AWP, it's going to be very difficult. But Munchie, they're now executing. Munchie taking 2 kills. Negus with another one. Strange jumping down with the AWP like a madman, actually getting the frag, but not able to see from pit there. But KFC with 2 quick headshots. It's now 1v1. Oh, a 2v1, sorry, a 1v1 on site. But it's an AWP versus AWP, so the low health on Strange may not even matter.
Actually 2 AWPs versus 1 AWP here.
And now Zilla's in position. Look at that. Look at how close they are. Look at that. He gets him. If he can find the next one, but it's looking like he's going to run knife out. He might stick the plant here. He has to. It might actually be too late for him. But he gets it. Zilla thought it was fake as well, but this nade couldn't do it. 2 damage. 2 damage. He couldn't catch a break. If he finds this video and sees that, he might be a bit disappointed. But and there it is!
Oh.
Strange caught him jumping! The perfectly timed peek throws a money spray down, because that is money for his team. That's exactly what they needed.
Could have won it with a nade. It didn't do enough damage.
That is
He got unfortunately caught out
an
jumping.
incredible string of events. And now Ninja with the pause. I am hoping it's not another tech pause. Hopefully it's a tactical one, just because we've had enough tech issues this game. But that was a very well done round from Strange. Those kills there were incredible. Dropping into pit with the AWP like that was psycho. Only a madman, only a JW would do that. And he gets the kill, follows up on Munchie on site, peeks at the perfect time to kill Zilla in the 1v1. That's a fantastic clutch by him on 7 health.
But now they are in a position for their economy to be broken here.
That's true.
So close to match point.
That's very true. This is quite possibly the most important round in the game. If Ninja lose this, they'll have nothing. Strange will have some money, but they'll have almost nothing. They'll be ecoing for the last rounds of the map. They do have a couple rounds of buffer where they can give up a couple rounds to Sunny, but if they lose this round, it's 13-13. They eco, it's 14-13. Suddenly match point isn't looking that far away. On the flip side, though, Sunny Meadows on a similar amount of money, remarkably. There are a couple of people with 1,000 instead of 0, but no one with any meaningful sums. If they lose this round, they won't be able to buy either.
And
it'll have to be a force buy to keep them off match point.
The CT side is much more expensive. And
Exactly.
Especially on Inferno, you want that utility.
Oh, you need the utility, particularly for their strategy. They're throwing 3 smokes banana every single round. That's how they do it. They throw 3 smokes and I think 2 Molotovs, though I might be wrong. That right there is $2,100. That's more money than almost everyone on the team has. They really need that, and I've got the inkling that if they don't win this next round, they will have to force. They might be going for the lower tier rifles, the FAMAS, or even upgraded pistols to keep that utility. Because as we've seen, that hold is working fantastically for them. The information they're getting from having full banana control is huge. But now we're finally seeing some plays towards banana, and Versa actually getting tagged down to half. That's quite good from the boys on B. They do start with 3B. If Ninja were actually able to read this, they'd know how successful a very early A rush might be, but unfortunately they doesn't look like they've picked up on the third player starting off in banana. So and is that a missed smoke? No, it's meant to hit that. Just a quick bounce to smoke it off, and that's a big Molotov doing huge damage. 37 health on Watts, 44 on Versa, but Munchie, they're executing. Munchie getting 2 quick kills and then getting traded. It's a 2 for 2. Suddenly it's a 3v3, and this side is wide open for them. Sunny need to start off this retake well, or it's going to have to be a save call by them. If Ninja win this, they're on 14.
What's in case you're under half health here? So they do have a chance to retake this.
With good utility usage, with those flashbangs, it could be huge, but what's not flashed off tags Crafty down to 21. That might be the end of it right there. Strange with a whiff. Zilla trying to take a duel, not getting much out of it, but Watts with a no-scope. Crafty pushing up. Crafty actually getting Watts, and it is going alright, but then Strange comes in with his AWP. It's a 2v1. Negus going for the kill just for consolation, just for maybe $300, but it's not going to happen, and potentially he lives here. He does, 8 health. It's a close one, but at least he brings an AWP into the next round. That's the best he could hope for.
Bringing that
Look at the money.
Round, they're definitely going to force buy around this AWP here.
Oh, absolutely. They have to. It's 14 rounds for Ninja. They don't, I get the sense they don't want to go for overtime. They're very close. They know they've got a strong CT hold.
They do all have smokes, so they can probably still have their banana hold if they want to.
And there it is, yeah.
It looks like they're not going to opt to. They've got 2 banana this round.
And there's Munchie with an early peek mid. He's actually going for a more passive one where he doesn't fit. And there's an early frag for Versa. That's exactly what they need. That might decide the whole round. It'll have to be huge plays from the rest of the team. Versa quickly jumping into Vietnam there to actually secure that kill. And now look at Ninja. They're slowing it down. They're keeping everything well paced. They're not rushing into something they don't know. They're trying to get the information before they commit, which is exactly how they play the round right. If they run into a stack that they haven't found yet, that's the easiest way for them to throw this advantage.
Exactly. This is one of the only rounds I've seen from them where they don't seem to have a set plan. The bombs down bottom banana, they're feeling out the banana as well as apps, not just one or the other.
And interestingly, it's looking like it's going to be one of their most successful rounds. Not being able to be read like that is working out quite well in their favor. They have evidently noticed that there's no deep banana control by Sunny this time. Whether or not they come to the conclusion that it's because of a lack of utility or they just decided not to do it is something for them to know and us to find out. But it's looking like they are committing to banana now with only one person on side as well. This could be exactly what Ninja want. This could be perfect. And no inkling given to Sunny just yet. It's the same sort of issue that that Ninja were having on their CT side. There's no information plays being made. No one is trying the risky play to actually find out. They're going to need the information, and a fake nearly being sold. Two people leaving the site. No one's actually on the site now. They're both towards Library and Arch. And that's the bomb getting down. KFC with two fantastic headshots. And that almost secures the round. Sunny might decide even to just give it up and play for overtime.
That doesn't 2v5 on retaking on Inferno. They're probably going to save
impossible. Almost impossible. They are going to just have to give it up and go for the save. Not even sure why Crafty is sticking around with the AWP. He's just risking giving it up, as far as I'm concerned. Doing the economic damage now, it's not going to make that much of a difference. There's only at most 3 rounds left in the game. Negus with a good headshot there. And Watt's starting to push. They're starting to move into CT. But Crafty is already on B side with his teammate.
A great slow play and fake.
And that was all on the back of Versa getting that opening frag on Munchie. If you've noticed their previous A takes, Munchie's been good for at least 2 frags with that AWP. Getting no kills and getting frag like that to a Galil as well has got a sting for that team. And they are fully committing, but it's looking very sparse. Harbor with no utility at all. Zilla with just a P250. Crafty full utility, but a FAMAS, and Munchie on the AWP again full utility. It looks like that was dropped by Crafty. And the same peak again. The same peak, killing another player. Someone jumping straight in, this time with arguably less of a chance to kill him. He didn't even have an AWP. Just getting body sprayed, not even a quick headshot. It was just a quickly won duel.
They do still have their AWP up on A side this time, so it could turn out differently.
And that's big. That's very big. You can see Munchie on top of the scoreboard. He's been making a lot of plays for Sunny Meadows this game. Being able to play with that AWP, potentially lock it down in pit, although then he'll be slower for retakes. That's something that might be what gets them back into this round.
They do also only have 1 on B, but they don't. This time they've been playing 1 on B majority of rounds, but this time they don't have the bottom banana control that they need.
They did that in the last round, or the round before actually as well, and they didn't actually get punished. Ninja not really committing to that, but smoke off. Harbor's seen the man and he's taken his AK. Immediate headshot for him, that's easy. And that's a great way to even up the numbers, and now there's 3 on site. That's a quick trade. Munchie getting the AWP shot, getting refragged, and then Harbor and Zillion, all of them pitching in, and that's 2 AWPs now saved. That's exactly the... they've actually elected to go for just a single AWP. And Sunny holding on despite their lack of utility and their less numbers. Very well done by them.
This round, though, they do have full utility, so we'll see if they go back to their banana hole.
I'd expect they would. It's been so successful, and this time,
yep, here it is.
If Crafty's been keeping track very well of their economy, then yeah, there's the banana play, and there's 3 banana. That's exactly what they need. This molly should do a lot of damage. 2 people coming out on half health, and it's a blender. All of them there already. 15-14. Suddenly, overtime's looking very plausible here.
The power of the 3 early banana on a rush like that is...
That's exactly what it is.
Even if you get 1 man down, 2 men down, there's still 1 left to clean up.
That's exactly what it is. They're already throwing the Molotovs. They're already in position to destroy any quick banana push. But now, Ninja have had first direct experience that there's 3 on banana at the start of the round. Whether they'll understand that that's what they do every single round they do this and quickly rush A. They are moving up second mid rather quickly. Bomb is staying in spawn a little bit passive, but no, it looks like they've slowed down.
The bomb staying back does seem to be a tell of their strategy here.
It does, but both sides have been exhibiting that. Both sides have been exhibiting the bomb sort of staying back. Ninja sometimes having it closer up in second mid, but not too far from a banana rotate if need be. And that's almost a window of opportunity missed for Ninja. They could have pieced together. Why would they have 3 on banana? Unless they just decided that it was a fantastic call on Crafty's part, that he understood that they'd B-rush and stacked 3 there. Almost a shame to see them run into that stack and not find out that that's their regular setup at the start of the round and then abuse it at A with only 2 players. But still, slowly pushing forward. This time it's Ninja on the back foot with the buys. 2 players already almost completely out of utility, and XRZ just on a Mac 10. That's not exactly ideal, but we did see some magic earlier happen with the Mac 10s and the pistols. So
again, it looks like they're going towards A, and Sunny Metal has 4
that's
players
a
in A.
beefy nade. That's a dunk nade on KFC. 47 health. But Versa with a quick headshot on Craft. He catches him out of position. If there's one way to reply to a dunk nade, it's doing that. But someone might be pushing through the smoke. That's Negus, and he's not able to get anything at all. That's huge. That could have been 3 players dead right there by Negus. Instead, it's none. But Harbor chipping in, getting 2 kills. Munchie and Harbor both going down with nothing further. It's now a 1v3 on Zilla, and he has to go for this. It's match point. And almost a heartbreaking defeat if it ends not in overtime for Sunny. They came so close, and so close despite losing both pistol rounds. That would be incredible for them to even bring it to overtime, even if they lose in overtime. But still, a 16-14 scoreline would be fantastic.
There is still a chance here. He's got one of them nearly a half HP.
There's always a chance. He's got 2 flashes, a kid, and never mind. There is not a chance. Perfect shot from Versa. Fantastic round from him there. And incredible play by both teams. Absolutely fantastic play by both teams. Unfortunately, the 1 versus 3 dream wasn't able to bring us into overtime, but an incredible set of executes of rounds, mid-round calls, fakes, everything. That match had everything that you might want.
Yeah, Ninja certainly had a weaker CT side than.
I would agree with that. There were times when Sunny's CT side looked impregnable, but for me, the best performing player there was Strange. He had some incredible game-making rounds. Zilla and Harbor both had some fantastic rounds as well. All right, and that sounds like that it will be the end of that match. Unfortunately, very skilled from both players, but Ninja is the winner there. And we'll be going to a short break before we have our next match, which is Royce versus Paradox. So catch us then.
lose my mind because this precarious situation that we find ourselves in means that it's only a matter of time before a storm of wonder starts to fill my mind. And for the first time in a long time, you're the first one to make me feel like I want you more and more than I know. I cannot take my eyes off of you. If you're a storm, I'll dance in the rain and hold on, I'll hold on, I'll hold on by my finger.
Welcome back. We're your casters, Malix and Decent. Say hi, Decent.
Hello, Malix.
We're actually currently partway through this next game. The last game between Ninja and Sunny went for long enough, the full 30 rounds, that below average gamers and Fids Cheat over here have started already. They're well into it. It's looking like below average gamers as well have jumped right in. We've got a couple of new characters as well. Brink, Course, Koro, Demo, and Brightside. I've been told the Korean letters is Course, but I could be wrong, so feel free to correct me on the stage. Followed, so matching into Marksky, Fidzy, No, Ren, and Boss. Not entirely familiar with these players themselves, but hopefully we will get familiar with them over the course of this match. We're looking for another good round of CS over here. And Brightside opening up with a full blind AWP shot on that angle, and a second AWP shot as they're pushing up short. That's very impressive from him, already starting quite well. And you can see from the scoreboard, he is top of the scoreboard, so it's not the first time he's been putting in for these rounds. Boss actually taking quite a bit of Molotov damage as well, losing that fight because of it. Brightside in the meantime taking that peek, but he's getting peeked from both sides. He actually gets Fidzy on the quick flick, but then he's not able to capitalize on Ren crouching in the open. Tries for a shoulder peek, but gets sniped just that tiny snippet of him that would have shown. Still very impressive that he got that shot on short. Now, go on.
It's 1v2 here. Let's see where he throws his Molotov.
Koro is on the flank, and the 1v2 dream is not going to live. Brightside with too much of an impact that round. 3 very nice kills there from him, and unfortunately they're not able to clutch it out.
Brightside flick onto the short guy was quite impressive. It was extremely unfortunate he failed to peek the corner and pick up that for his third kill round.
Overall, I'm not even sure how much I like that peek.
It was risky.
As an AWPer myself, I do agree that to be a good AWP, you have to have a massive ego to re-peek everything and be like, I'm always going to hit this shot, because otherwise you'll never be aggressive enough to actually have a strong impact. But that peek didn't need to happen. It was a 3v1 at that stage. Still, they won the round. Everything went well. Fids now on an eco, but opening up quite well. It's a 3v1, but a double nade from Brink and a headshot to follow up. That's big. And Ren, just with a Galil, not able to make anything happen, not able to continue it. Still, they pick up both AWPs just in the nick of time for the last round of the first half, and unfortunately, they're not able to make anything happen out of what looked like it could have been a promising eco buy. Now, opening up here, you see a single AWP on the T side. Often you'll see the double, but not sure if they've just elected to not have the money. Boss with over 1,000 left, so he potentially could have bought one for the team, but perhaps they just wanted the utility. Double AWP, however, on below average gamers there. Paradox. We've got Brink, who's been boosted looking like every few rounds into this CT position to hold for any B splits. Not sure if that's a counter strat that they've spotted for Fitz doing a lot of B splits, or if that's just their default. But something to note, B splits will be quite hampered, but by the same token, any sorts of rushes will have 2 players that are otherwise occupied while they're boosting in CT. And now we're seeing a whole lot of grouping in mid. Only one person that's not in mid watching the long push. Complete faith that no one's going to push tunnels without. Interestingly, Cora's not used any utility at all at the start of the round, so he'll be able to see that no one's peeked it, and it looks like he's actually going for a bit of a close-up play. Brightside losing the duel to Ran, though. That's quite big to start with a 5v4. Will they see? Yeah, they've seen Blink immediately, and they've also got Course trapped, and he's immediately killed. That's huge. That's a 5v2 for them. It's it's 5 versus 1 coming onto this B site with only one person lurking in mid. So they'll have 4 people running in. Nearly gets the spray transfer as well, Koro, but he's not able to make it happen. And No will live on a fair bit of health, enough to win the round at least, and that's a 9-6 half.
No,
And-
Hiko, are you kidding me from demo? So he goes down to the guy hiding behind the door, and they unfortunately lose that round.
Very unfortunate, but it's a 9-6 half for Paradox Gaming there, who are more than likely going to be happy with that. 15 kills on Brightside, 11 on Koro, 9, 9, and 8 on the rest. Compared to a more close spread, 11 and 11 on Marksky and Ran, Fidzy on 9, No and Bosley a little further behind on 7 and 6. We'll see what they have planned for this pistol round, but it's looking like it's as simple as a B rush, which
Good old B rush.
is the old faithful, you'd say.
They seem to have broken off and gone lowers. Just
Yeah.
spreading out, maybe taking it a bit slower than
And it's paying off. Demo has got the first kill on No, trying to push up short, trying to get that information, but Marksky getting some damage and a frag in on Koro. Very nicely done from him, but Fidsky in the off angle, immediately traded by Brink, though very well done by him with that P250. Questionable play. He's got one of the better pistols to have on a pistol round, but decides to buy a P250 instead and immediately gets killed for it. Bomb down now in a 3v2. This is favoring the T side here, but Demo with 2 fantastic headshots on the flank. Very nicely done by him. That was surgical precision right there to see.
that was a great lurk from him. Staying back, but not back far enough that you're not of impact, but you're right on the crisp, right on the edge.
And that's exactly it. With the man advantage like that, you can leave someone behind. You can leave a 2v2 to retake if they rush that site and still have hope that it'll be fine. You're not screwing over your teammates there, but have someone there who, if their lurk play pays off, they solo win the round. And that's exactly what happened. Now could have been a much bigger nade on Fidzy, actually. Only 21 damage without armor. It could have been as much as 98. And it's a mid stack from them. Not actually getting too much information, but Fidzy spotted them. He's not really going to be able to do too much, just stutter stepping, taking pot shots, and only able to land 2 of them. So there's not too much. But here we've got 3 people about to meet the guy short. This SMG will be huge if they don't all pick him at once. And it's looking like they're not. He's getting 3 quick kills, Brink. Easy cleanup for him. That's free every day, and that's $1,800 right in the pocket. That gun's already paid for himself.
They bought
for itself.
In that round, they bought pistols and they gave up long and went to hold mid and B, hoping, gambling that they would push through one of those 2 exits. But the T's, knowing that they had the longer range weapons, they just took the better
Very smart
for them, and they
plays
all
by
ran
them. Very smart plays by Paradox. It's almost worth considering that once they found that their stack mid didn't pay off, they saved everything. But 2 kills from
3 kills.
2 kills from Boss and a third from Fidzy. That's a short rush that really paid off. Suddenly it's a 5v2. The T side starting to trade back with their superior weaponry and their positioning, given that they committed 3 to short. They had a lot more map control. Paradox Gaming, who for reference is below average gamers here. But it's still a 4v2. They've got an AK, they've got an MP9, they've got a Deeg. They're doing quite well. None of them have armor, however, so aim punch is going to be a big factor. But if they get angles like this, where they're sneaking through the smoke, that's 1 kill. That's a huge tag as well on Brightside. Suddenly, it's not looking so good. It's a 1v2, but he's very low. 39 health. 1 shot from the Deagle at close enough range will take him right out. 2 shots from the AK just to the body. It may not even matter, and there's the Deagle coming in. 5 health. And a nade. This could be big. This could be it. And it's done it. That's won the round for them of almost a full eco. I think just a P250 and a Deagle bought by them. They come out with an AK and a Galil, a couple pieces of utility, a Molotov. That's far better than the round that they invested in.
I'd like to make a note. I believe Fidz is Royce Esports in this match.
You are right. That is something that I forgot. Royce Esports / naming, I suppose, something different, just like Paradox there. Going for a bit of fun with below average gamers, and Fidz Cheat, obviously a play on Fidzy, who is currently at the top of the scoreboard. Maybe that is a recurring theme for them, Fidzy carrying, but he's not far ahead of the team, so
Definitely not going to carry in that Angel.
definitely not carrying this round. He's been put out already, an excellent early peak from Brightside, and he's looking like a fantastic T-Orp there, taking the peaks that he needs to, having the impact, opening up the round with the man advantage. And we'll see if Paradox can continue these clean sides that they've got. Haven't seen too much of their T side yet, just this is the first proper buy round by both teams, but they've started it out right, and we'll see if they can grind the numbers down. There's 3 people executing out long, but 2 quick kills from Ren and Boss, and Brightside trades back and Brink. It's now a 3v2, suddenly favored again to the T side.
And they still have one person deep on B side.
And yeah, that's a very slow rotate actually. Perhaps a mistake by Royce Gaming there, but it almost paid off there by having someone ready to snipe at the cross with that AK. If No had landed that headshot, that could have been big. That would have made it a 2v2. Suddenly, again, it's not looking fantastic. They lived with only 2 people and not that much last round. I think they didn't have armor, so they had to rebuy this round. So they don't have a lot of money with them. Mark's key getting a kill, but immediately getting traded. A quick headshot from Brink, his second in the round, and Brightside with his third. That's a full house for him, for those 2 players, and fantastic plays by both of them to bring it back, despite the long take where two of Paradox immediately died.
Brightside continuing the small section of his strong open we saw on CT, right into the T half.
We did see that, and that's something interesting. AWPing on CT is not that difficult in concept, simply because you can post up or push an angle, wait for people to walk into you. On T side, you actually have to take those aggressive peaks. You have to actually risk walking into an AWP's crosshairs, and it can be very difficult to win the aim duel, to be faster than someone who's already posted up on you if you're not getting flashed in properly. But Brightside has no fear. He's going straight in. Brink with an early kill. Not too momentous. It is an eco, but Marksy with a quick headshot and a second kill there, getting traded by Brightside, but perhaps a mistake there from Paradox. He should never be able to get that much with just a P2000. Still, they finished the round with 3 players, less clean than they would have liked. And
they still do have a reasonable amount of bank on each of them. One of them does drop to 0. Oh, and after I've said that, they have spent a lot more money than I thought they were going to spend, and
they've spent a lot more.
Looking dangerous.
They do still have a lot more money in the pocket than Royce Gaming does. None of Royce above $200. And Brightside opening it up again. Incredible plays from him. He's now looking to go straight into a B take. No is defending it quite well. 3 or 4 people on site at a time, and he's already killed 2. He gets taken out, but a fantastic hold from him. That 2 versus 1 was exactly what he needed. That puts them back into a round, into now a 3v3 retake. B side is quite tight to hold, but
they do have one lurking outside of B tunnels. This might be,
and that's Brink again on the lurk. He's obviously the lurker for this team, and that's a double again for him on those lurks. He's very successful with those. Royce Gaming not checking their corners enough, and it's now 14. I want to say that by now Royce should know that they've got to check every corner for Brink while he's alive, but it's almost too late in the day to do that.
They're gonna force up here, but they're not gonna be on much unless they might decide to eco this.
They are going for a timeout here.
Oh, timeout. That's why they probably haven't bought yet. Yeah, right. One thing to note in the previous round is I think the 2 members they lost pushing into B was probably because when they double smoked that molly, one of the smokes went through and they pushed out through their first smoke into the second smoke, and they kind of got caught up in the smoke, and they just let No spraying down through the smoke there. Yeah,
perhaps a practice issue where they haven't quite sorted out their B defense perfectly, or no, sorry, their B take perfectly to smoke that Molotov, but still a very successful take from them. Brink with a huge double kill there to just completely cut off the rotations, and now Royce Gaming have got to be scared every time they go to retake. They've got to spend so much time checking every corner.
And it does look like Royce Gaming are deciding to eco on this match point. Or not match point here, but it's the round before match point.
Very respectable play here to go for an eco there, and that's 2 kills. 2 kills. They've tried that short stack strategy again, this time with 4, and there's actually a team kill that comes in, but it's still at worst a 2v1. And there are rifles down for them to take, but the AKs now from Course coming in. Koro gets killed, so it's a 2v2. It's now still even, but with the superior gear, Marksky gets another kill. It's down to a 1v1. He's got an AK as well. Bombs down in mid. It's versus an AWP, so not having armor may not matter. Brightside does have his P250 out, so it could factor in. The aim punch could throw his aim right off. And he's given up the bomb. He's given up the bomb. He's gone straight to it. He's actually making the genius play there. He's already preempting the rotation, and he might be looking the right way as well. He'll hear him. He'll be able to see the plant, whether he'll run or whether he'll walk up slope.
I think.
And Brightside weren't expecting to be that quick, and they've won it. They've actually won it on a full eco, saving an AWP. Just that short stack again comes in, and they won that first short stack, didn't they?
They did.
Both times now, the short stack paying off completely. 3 or 4 people thrown short, rushing mid, and it seems like Paradox does not seem to respect that. So twice now they've won this round, just from a full eco short.
I definitely wasn't as clean as their first short stack, because there was a team kill in that round. Obviously, in the mayhem, someone took a stray shot, but it still really paid off for them.
Oh, massively. They won the round. Look at that money. Look at it now. Suddenly, it's Brightside and his crew, Paradox, on the back foot with the money. They've done the same thing again, where they smoked off the molly and ran through it. And that's a very favorable start. Now, 3-on-2, that's the first time they've had this take where they've actually had the numbers advantage, Royce. And the bomb's gonna go down, but suddenly it's a bit more difficult. 3 people holding B can make it impenetrable. 2 people, and now you've got 2 people watching 3 entrances, window, door, and tunnels.
And they do have.
They're not actually going to split it up though. They're not actually going to split up to take the retake. 2 flashes coming in over window, but Blink isn't fooled. But he does get flashed by a follow-up one, and Boss comes flying in, shooting straight down. Koro, unseen initially, gets a quick headshot with the trigger discipline, but unfortunately, it's not to be. Too many numbers on site, and it's quickly traded out. The AWP is picked up again, and now Royce looking in a commanding position. Suddenly, Paradox don't have the money to buy. They'll be half buying or force buying this round.
Paradox should buy the minimum here, trying to go for damage, and probably force. It would be a full buy next round if they buy the minimum here. But depending on the amount of damage they can do to Fitzcheat, Fitzcheat, I read the top. Royce Esports, they might actually be in a really strong position to make this a comeback from 14-9, because they're building an economy, and Paradox Supremacy, they don't have any money right now.
That's exactly what they're doing. It's not looking that clean, and as a matter of fact, because of the eco, Paradox actually have more money in the bank than Royce, but Royce have all the gear they need. If they win this cleanly, then they'll be set. And that's a fantastic one dig from Ran, from course, sorry. Traded immediately by Marks, but an incredible shot. It's now a 4v3 in the favor of the CTs, which is the sort of clean round they want. Another headshot, 2 quick kills, and it's now a 1v4. Brink, more than likely unable to do anything with this, and there it is. Quickly killed. He almost got a quick lurk out onto B, potentially a bomb plant, but Fitzy was aware of the possibility and quickly rotated back, able to get him just as he came out. And that's an AWP purchased. That's a first AWP, sorry, not a second. They weren't able to hang on to the other one.
Now let's see if Royce can keep the momentum going. Win this round, win the next round, win the next round.
That's exactly what they want to be doing now. Paradox Gaming there on no money in the pocket. 700 is the most, 2 players on 0. If they win this round, it's almost a free round. That's a perfect start. Ran with the opening kill on course. Exactly what he needs to do to start it off. You'll note there's actually, not sure if it's map play, but they've completely given up long, and they've got, I think, 1 person in CT, 2 on short. So they're playing to retake from long if Paradox do end up going long, which it's looking like they are putting some probes towards. There are 2 towards short, 2 towards long. So the bomb is long, so it's looking like a full commitment towards A, and that's the start. That's 1 person peeking short.
Great positioning.
Completely traded out. Risky positioning, I'd say, without any vision of long, unless the person in CT is watching long. So Ran was fully exposed from long, but Boss Lee does have him covered. He'll be able to cover him. But Brightside, with another AWP entry, he's constantly doing it for them. 24 kills for him. He's playing out of his mind here. And now they're onto A side. Ran with a fantastic flick, though. Brightside misses and Ran with another kill. That's what they need. That's how they win this game. They need to start winning these rounds very cleanly. 4 people alive right now. If it continues like that, then it'll just be stock secured money in the pocket for Royce Gaming there.
He's going to save here. There's no time. He's either going to save here or he's going to go in and try and do damage and die before the time runs out.
He does need to hurry if he does want to die. Almost if he's too successful at getting damage done, he won't be able to. And his team won't be able to buy in this next round. They'll have to force at best. And he's taken the first shots. He's taken the first shots without guaranteeing it, and he's nearly died. And now it's after time, and he's died. He's got no money. That's it. $300 on Koro. And that's a mistake. That's something that needed to be avoided. He had to commit earlier to either doing damage or saving or dying in the round just so that he could be half buying or buying with his team. Now he's condemned to a pistol next round unless Paradox do something incredible.
That was smart play by Royce to leave him alive until right at the end.
Exactly. Whether or not it was deliberate, they definitely ended up with the best outcome. And now you'll see a timeout coming from Royce just to try to maintain, just to try to hopefully slow down Paradox here. Any sorts of decisions that they might have been making might be thrown off by the slowness of a timeout. Potentially also Royce now discussing how they're going to close out the rest of these rounds. But they do have to be careful. Any one of these rounds, any one of these quick rushes can break Royce and throw Paradox onto match point. And now look at that. We're seeing a very quick take of upper tunnels. And they're rushing out, straight out, upper B. It's all on B. It's a 4v2 there, and that's a quick kill by Demo. Fantastic. Ran gets 1, but it's not enough. That's 2 for 1, and they've taken B already. That's a 4 versus 3 retake on B, and that's never what you want on Dust 2. An extremely difficult retake, even when you do have it. And this time they have adapted. They've learned. They're looking for Brink. They've found him now. The lurk does not pay off this time, and this time it's a 3v3. Brink almost would have been better suited to playing a more passive lurk, waiting for them to run past rather than taking a peek or running straight in. And this time, oh, an incredible sudden quick turnaround of the round. I got stuck on a dead player and then suddenly the round was over. A fantastic end to the round by Paradox there, and that's exactly it. The quick take just throws them in.
Someone from Royce Gaming died to a Molotov from Royce Gaming.
And that's exactly what you don't want, but they caught the round. They've got the money now, and look at Royce's money. They've got nothing. They've got 2 pistols. They've got no utility. And the one person who had full utility just died. Now they're taking wide peeks with the CZ, peeking into a lot of people. It is an A stack that they've run into, so there's always a chance, and that's a lot of people flashed. Ran with a quick AWP kill, doing fantastically, but that's a nice headshot from Demo and another one as well from the guy closer to him from short.
It's a 1v4.
And that's going to be all she wrote about this one. It's a 1v4 unless Fidzy can do something incredible, unless Fidzy really is cheating as the name says, which, just to be clear, he's not cheating. And that's the end of the match. Very cleanly done. It was looking almost dicey there for Paradox. Royce looking like they could have brought it back, but
Royce did have a very strong last part of that CT half.
They did do very well there. Some of their retakes, even just in the second last round there where they lost it to that almost an eco, only one person had armor. The take there was fantastic, but keeping an eye out for Brink, that's an adaptation that I love. Seeing that he's lurking, and then they've started looking out for him, because they only had 2 or 3 rounds where that actually came into effect. That adaptation, I would have liked to see it win them the round. That would have been the perfect end, the perfect reward for them actually making that. And now that's our last game of the night. So we will be ending our part of the commentating here. I've been one of your casters, Malix, joined by Is Decent. Say bye, Is Decent.
Bye, Malix. Oh, sorry, no. Bye, Is Decent.
As seen on the screen, Twitter handles @KingMalix and @IsDecent. Join us next time, or whoever does happen to be casting, for some quality amateur CS. See you later.
Tips. Maybe I've already lost my mind. Maybe we've come so far so fast, and now there's no way we could ever go back. And now it's only a matter of time before a storm of wonder starts to fill my mind. And for the first time in a long time,